Hello, everyone, and welcome to this reading. And hello from Nina, who has jumped up onto the table right before I press record again. So, I have messages coming through today about your root chakra, your base chakra, and about grounding. Okay, we do actually have a card here hidden under Nina. If you can see, it says grounding. I'll try and move it for you guys. So, the card says grounding, go deep, explore your roots. And I feel like there's a message coming through. It's a really positive message where I'm seeing that there's something that has been clearing from your root chakra. It's almost like there's been a purge or a release of stored emotional pressure, even from past lives. This could even go as far as some kind of traumas that have been held there in the base chakra. And it may have been causing some instability in your life, things that maybe kept on changing or rearranging in your life in a way that maybe you didn't want to. Like you kept on moving houses or you kept on, never really finding a place that you felt settled in for your work. Or maybe relationships never truly like took root and really stayed for a long time in your life. It may have been in all areas or in one particular area where you may have been feeling this root chakra instability. And the way that the root chakra instability shows up is that we can often manifest things with the root chakra, but then they won't necessarily stick around. It's sort of like we can have it, but then it's fleeting and it goes away. So there's sort of this, yeah, a sense that it's not sort of stable and like certain. So what I'm seeing though is that things have been really clearing, and this has been happening really outside of your control, or like not so much. You haven't necessarily been the one conducting this. This feels like a co creation with spirit, with the angels, with your guides, guardian angels in particular, to help you to clear the way for a new path. Like this energy needs to clear in order for something to come in. So, what this means, like if you have been having any root chakra energies, I don't know, somehow being shown up in your life, my God, Nina's purring. Nina, I love you. But yeah, if you have been having some root chakra instability, spirit is showing me that it's sort of on its way out. Like there's something here where it feels like it's clearing, purging is the word. Like there's some kind of a purge that you might be going through, some kind of a root chakra theme where you might maybe are having housing instability, or maybe there's some kind of a theme around, root chakra can also be about our survival needs. Things that we think about as basic needs, like our shelter, our food, our water, things that we kind of are non negotiables. Like we need these things day to day. So I'm seeing that there's some real change here where something is wanting to become a lot more permanent in your life. And you're going to find that the way that things manifest for you is very different. And I'm seeing within the next 6 to 12 months that if you're resonating with this reading, I'm seeing that you're going to have some kind of a milestone come in where it represents some kind of a root, like you're putting down roots somewhere. This could be for some of you that you are buying your first home. This could be that you find your forever person, your partner, and you put down roots together. It could be that you have done a lot of traveling or moving around, and maybe you have been searching for a place on the earth that really feels like home to you. And this is what you are finding. It's like you're going to find some sense of home or some sense of belonging. You're going to find that within a person, within a place, within yourself, of course, first. But I'm seeing this is going to feel very anchored in the material world. Of course, everything is within first, but I'm seeing that, this grounding will come through a relationship, a partnership, a home that is built or that is bought, this kind of thing, very tangible things, or like finding a place on the earth that you're like, oh my gosh, I don't need to keep sort of moving through different places because I found somewhere that I want to settle in, that I really want to stay here. And so this is going to be like very, very rejuvenating for your soul. It feels like you're exiting a phase at this time. You're still in the transition where you're exiting a phase where things have been more uncertain, or there has been a lot more, like I said, instability where things maybe came and then went, or your housing situation maybe was up and down, or this kind of thing. Okay, so it feels like a really beautiful celebration. Like it's almost like your guardian angels are wanting me to share this message. And it's really interesting because I was just standing outside earlier and I was connecting with the earth, and then this message came through really clear. So it feels like, yeah, even doing some things to help yourself ground and connect in, Maybe even sitting under a tree like this girl is depicted in the card, or connecting in with loved ones, with pets if you have any animals around you, or nature. All of these things can really help the root chakra, or really getting connected through eating foods that are very grounding or nourishing or high vibrational, like fresh produce, that kind of thing can really help our root chakra as well. So, the other message coming through as well, we've got this back of the deck, I'll just show you. We have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. And I feel like this is talking about sometimes things will be blocked for you because they're not the right thing. Like it's sort of like rejection is spirit's protection kind of energy. There might be blocks like this wall, might be blocks put in your way because something isn't right for you. Or you might feel like, oh, I can't believe, that this relationship wasn't the one, or I can't believe that I have to move house again, or, these kinds of really things that we might feel a lot of resistance about having to let go. But I feel like there's a real message here about rejection as spirit's protection. Spirit has really wanted to keep things in alignment for you. So if something was, the door was shut on it, or it was blocked, or it came to an end naturally, that spirit really is reminding you that that's in alignment with your highest good. I feel like many of you Hi, Nina. I feel like many of you actually know already with your intuition. You kind of know that things that didn't work out weren't quite right. Like there was a certain lack of alignment. And that's the thing with the root chakra, is that sometimes with the root chakra, there can be a shadow energy that can come up, where there can be a shadow of self-sacrifice, where you might kind of tend to sacrifice your needs for like the group or for a sense of belonging. It's very common in family systems or in other kind of communal settings, but it can be a shadow energy where you might try to stay in a group or a job or a home or a place that doesn't quite actually suit your energy. But it's like there's this thing of wanting to find belonging, wanting to find a sense of being able to put down your roots. So thank you for your help, Nina. Very much appreciated. So, yeah, Spirit is really saying that anything that was blocked on your path or that didn't work out, that you couldn't make it work, it wasn't your fault, or it wasn't that there was something wrong with you, okay? Spirit really doesn't want you to take it personally, because look at that. I can't believe it. The next card we have is fellow travelers. Support is all around you. Because this is about you finding the actual alignment, like the right place, the right home, the right relationship, the right community, the right friend, the right whatever it might be, so you can actually thrive there. The right career, the right job, the right workplace, the right location on this earth. There's something here where spirit has been keeping things in alignment for you, okay? Wow, some of you actually might be moving or relocating, and that might be a really important aspect of you finding this grounding or finding home. Like some of you might be actually finding home in a different country or in a different place to where you are actually physically located right now. Some of you might actually identify with having like multiple homes, like a home you were born in and then a home that you make. There might be something about location, like faraway places. Yeah, but I'm seeing that it's going to feel like a very different way of living. We have transformation, a fresh new way of living. Like, there's something kind of funny about this because of how different it feels. Like, it feels like someone who has been traveling around, for like all their lifetime, and then they finally buy a house and they settle, and then they decide, you know what, I'm so happy and content in this home that I just want to stay here forever. There's something like a real big change happening here in the root chakra. And that's why I was saying there's like a purge energy that I was feeling, because it feels like that this instability was partially coming from some blocks there in the root that was trying to kind of work their way through. And I feel like once those blocks, or the trauma, the emotional kind of sort of intensity that was sitting there in that root, once that has cleared, I feel like the way that your life will manifest will be very different. We have transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. And then we also have first light, beginning a new cycle. Oh, if the root chakra is unstable, it can feel like you're constantly just putting out fires in your life just to stay alive, or you're constantly just trying to get enough money to pay the rent, or to get enough money to buy food. It's that kind of survival level stuff that can feel really draining day to day, when it's not just like sort of a given. So I feel like that's in some way been a part of your life story, or there's been something that, hasn't, maybe it's about meeting a partner because you want to settle down and like put roots down with someone and start a family or do something with them. There's something about this, yeah, that maybe you've been dealing with the not having it kind of thing. So when it does come in, it's going to feel like such a fresh new way of living. It's going to feel like such a new cycle, such a new energy. that you're in because, yeah, you've been dealing with, I think, probably a lot of low level stress. Back of the deck, we have watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. I feel like that this root chakra healing is giving you the opportunity to really relax. I feel like you're going to have such a stronger foundation in which to live your life from, a strong partnership. You're going to have strong family, community, friendship around you with that fellow travelers as well. That's as well, of course, a part of the root chakra is our relationships and also our sense of belonging. And I feel like that the place in which you're going to find this grounding, this sense of really putting down your roots, is going to actually be the same sort of place in which you find your soul family, okay? You're going to meet others there that are of the same frequency, and you're going to find community, which also means that you won't feel like you ever have to self sacrifice. So, because it's going to feel like a very natural, easygoing kind of relationship or relationships, community. It's going to feel very different from what you've come from. There's been a lot of survival kind of level stuff that you've been going through in your own kind of way. Even like feeling isolated from community, from having a sense of family or community, that can really bring up survival level fears as well, because we are trained as humans to, stay within our family or our community or our village. We're not sort of trained to really kind of do things as much on our own. We're very relational beings. So I feel like you may have had some kind of independent journey as well, where maybe you haven't had as much friendship or community or partners around you, like a partner around you. And this may have also been sort of an important part of your root chakra healing. So I feel like there's something about this grounding that does involve like other people around you, because I feel like there's part of this grounding and part of what makes you feel so safe and so relaxed is that you are really supported in this energy that I'm picking up on. It's like you don't just have the home or the place or the partner, but you also have this really deep level of emotional support that I feel like you weren't manifesting before. I'm feeling like the energy that you've come from in your life has been quite harsh at times. I'm picking up that it's quite been quite harsh. The phoenix showing up in your spread as well with that transformation card that depicts the phoenix, a bird of transformation that goes through the death and rebirth cycle through being set on fire, like lighting itself on fire and then being reborn from the ashes. So the phoenix is a really strong, oh my God, you guys, the phoenix is a really strong symbol. Like it's a strong energy when it shows up in a reading. And that process of death and rebirth, that transformation, it's not easy. I mean, I don't think it's ever really easy. It's always quite an intense process. Like you are literally being born in the fires and then being reborn, being born in the fire. Interesting. But being burnt in the fire and being reborn. But yeah, you kind of are being born in the fire. There you go. Yeah, so a fresh new way of living emerges. Faraway places, like I said, for a lot of you, there's something here about travel or finding your home in a different place, or even maybe finding your person, your forever person in a different place. Yeah, finding home could be through a person or an actual location. It depends on who you are and how you're kind of designed. But I do see something about buying a home as well. There's something here where, yeah, your situation shifts, your root chakra stabilizes, energy that was trying to work itself out, that you've come from a cycle where there was instability as root chakra energy was trying to figure itself out. It finally has, things have settled in. You're going to feel like you stop getting that red light and you start getting green lights where spirit starts to be like, yes, 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 this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. Like, this is the house for you, this is the people for you, or this is the partner for you, or this is the job for you, this is the career for you. Yeah, it could be that you find your career as well. Apply it to whatever situation it is. But it's like something that you feel like, finally, I can ground in and I feel relaxed because I know that this is for me. I know that this is where I'm meant to stay and where I'm meant to be, and that I don't have to pack my bags and leave again so quickly, whether that's from a relationship, a job, or a home. You might want to check out my root chakra activation that I channeled recently, you guys. It's actually one of my favorite ones from my chakra activation series. It's really great for every single thing that I mentioned in this reading, but especially about stabilizing energy, which is what I feel like you're going through right now. But before that energy stabilizes, there could be some chaos, or there could be some heightened sort of patterns surfacing. So that root chakra activation could really help ground energy, high frequency energy, and just grounding into your alignment. Anyway, I'll link it down below. You can check it out. But those are the messages that wanted to come through for you today. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Thanks so much for supporting my work, and take care.